morning, everybody. How you doing? It is cold on the lake today. It's only like 60 degrees out there. It was 80 yesterday. I'm freezing, but I'm here. Um, my name's Ted Davies. This is Ted Talks Timepieces, and this is on the Ted Davies Artistry channel. And I'm a author, an artist, and a collector of all different kinds of things. But one of the things I do collect are watches, and that's what I talk about on this show. Just a brief discussion about a few things that interest me in the watch collection that I have, and maybe some of the watches that might interest you. So, in any case, we're going to be talking about heirlooms today and how watches can be heirlooms, um, handed down from generation to generation. And pretty much anything can be an heirloom, right? But today we're going to talk about watches specifically. Good morning to everybody. I'm going to get to the comments here. Good morning, Carl and Donna. How you doing? Um, I want to talk about our sponsor, Indian River Roasting Company. I've got Columbus Beach in my coffee cup this morning, and let's find out a little bit more about them as soon as I can find the queue up here. Bear with me for a second. Here at Ted Davies Artistry, we take coffee seriously, and so does our sponsor, Indian River Roasting Company. It's fair trade, organic, and they're artisans just like me. The only difference is I use watercolor and ink and they use coffee beans, and I enjoy it all through my day. So do yourself a favor, go to the description when you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Find Indian River Roasting Company's website, use the promo code CAFFEINATED2021, and save 10% on your purchase. Yeah, you can find their website in the description under Indian River Roasting Company. Use that promo code CAFFEINATED2021. Save 10% on your caffeine and get caffeinated. So we also have an awesome sponsor, John Cashman of Cashman's Comics in Bay City. He's celebrating 25 years. And I think today, July 1st, I think they're starting a promo right now. You should check that out on their website. But let's see their commercial real quick.
And every day I wake up feeling the same way now. Need to find something to believe. Every night the dreams we made, they're haunting my head now.
And like I said, John has been doing this for 25 years in Bay City, so he's no slouch when it comes to comic books. If you're a novice or if you're a complete collector like I am that has all kinds of things from action figures to comic books, you name it, as far as games, he's got it all. So check out everything that he's doing. Say hi to Petey, his dog, and him when you get there. Tell him Ted Talk sent you. And that would be awesome. So we are also proud sponsors of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We have education and entertainment 7 days a week. Check out everybody on this station. They all have YouTube channels as well. And we're going to be updating this soon because we have another show that I'm going to be co-hosting with Glenn B. Fleming. And that's going to be coming up on July 14th, Wednesday, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's going to be pre-recorded, but we're going to be in the conversation as it's going. So we'll actually be live, if you want to call it that, in the audio. So you guys can talk to us while you're watching the video. But in any case, we're going to be doing a special show, a debut show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July 14th, on ancient pyramid power plants and what we believe the pyramids were actually designed for. And it's a really interesting conversation. We're not experts. We're not trying to say that we know the whole truth, but we are the truth mongers. And that's what we're trying to do. A common sense view on conspiracy theories. That's the idea. So we hope to see you guys there. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be it was such an awesome time recording it. And I know that we're going to be doing the live versions of these shows coming up every Wednesday at 7 p.m. But the first one we're going to be doing is a recording. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. Today is a busy day on Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Thursday, we start out with TED Talks Timepieces. Then we kind of take a break during the day. Then we head down to Comic Book Spectrum, which is, I think, the best show besides mine on the network. It is the Fab Four do a great job on reviews of indie comics and mainstream comics that are coming out right now. And they're just a lot of fun. You should check out what they're doing. And then I think Creative at Hale is not on this evening, but I believe that they're on at 8 o'clock normally. And then Stupid O'Clock's on at 9 p.m. So check out the discussions and the variety on the Stupid O'Clock. Great group of guys with a lot of different viewpoints, and it's a lot of fun to listen to them talk. Okay, so let me get out of this page. Yeah, so what is an heirloom? From what I was reading online, an heirloom it's a noun. It's a valuable object. I'm trying to recall here. Valuable object that has been handed down from generation to generation in a family. So for me, I mean, what do you constitute as valuable? I've got a lot of books that I consider very valuable that aren't worth much on the market. Things that my dad left me, things that mean a lot to me. Watercolor material my dad left me, watches that my dad left me. And that's, though for me, that's value. That's an heirloom. I know that the things I'm going to be leaving my son and my daughter in my legacy are going to be my copyrights to my work. There's a lot of things that you do as a writer, as an artist, that will continue to hopefully pay them long after I'm gone and long after, my stories have been in print. So, and that's an heirloom as far as I'm concerned, but it's really up to you. Don't lose the concept of the relationship that you're trying to honor and the legacy that you're trying to be continuing on with by what an object is valued at economically. That's irrelevant to me. I think that you miss out. You might have a letter from your grandmother or something that means something, or a card or something, or a piece of artwork for that matter. That's what it's about. That's what heirlooms are to me. So this is just an idea of what I've got as far as my watches as heirlooms, and what you can look for, and possibly, thinking about something. If you do want to leave a watch, or if you're looking for something special, check this out, because I think you guys are going to enjoy it. My watch check today. I'm wearing my San Martin. I got a new. I don't know if you saw this or not. I got a new wristband. This one is from, I believe, Carly is the company. And what's nice about this is the silicone band, but it's got stitching on it, which is kind of neat. So very cool. Wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $8 and on Amazon. And yeah, really, really cool. I'm really digging this one. So, but check out a lot of different things as far as watch bands on Amazon. I think some really good deals. AliExpress does too. But okay, let me get to the comments real quick. Good morning. Like I said, hey, Clyde, Carl, Donna, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still having issues with Facebook. I'm going to have to go in and actually manipulate a few things so that I'm getting some extra. I'm seeing the rest of these comments. So, because I see a lot of them afterward, and I apologize for that. So, but let's get to the nitty gritty of it all. Okay. So heirloom watches. There's a couple things that were left to me over the years. And I'm going to show you what we normally typically think about a heirloom watch. Okay. Usually they are old. I'm going to bring this up here. Let me split the screen here. Usually they're old, right? They've been given to you by somebody. They come in a nice little box. Some don't have names on them. If you notice, there's no name on this face. But it's a beautiful little watch. I don't even know who manufactured this watch, but when I open it, I can find out. You can see the artwork. I mean, it's just incredible, the detail work in some of these. I don't know if I'm doing this right. There you go. It's just incredible. Some of the amazing talent that put these watches together. This particular one's a Swiss watch, and it was made in Geneva. I don't know the exact year that it was made, but it's irrelevant right now because I don't know enough about it. I'm going to do some more breakdown, and these are things that were given to me when my dad passed, and I don't really know what this is. Still interesting to me. It's been Dad passed in 2012, and I really just haven't sat down with these watches and really looked at anything. I've got one that I really want to show you that was really a pretty amazing watch that was my grandfather's, and that one really is special. But I want you to, this is what we usually, it's usually in a box like this or something, right? Very romantic. Um, some of these watches, it's fascinating to me the stories behind them, and that's sometimes what I look for, or what I would say not look for, but what I tell people about heirlooms because it's a story, right? It's the history of that item possibly with the person that has left it to you. These watches that these were part of, I think, my dad's collection, if I'm not mistaken, that he had in passing. I don't know exactly how they were brought together for him. I didn't really talk to him about that, except for my grandfather's watch. This particular watch, interesting. This is Miller. This is a Miller company, and they're out of Detroit. This is a really unique watch. This was made in 1908. Um, the movement's frozen now. I think the oils and the varnish and everything, it turned to varnish and it's not moving now. So I'm going to probably have to have it cleaned. But what's nice about this particular one is that it's got, if you see in there, it's got the newsprint, the actual advertisement, and it's the receipt of the watch from 1908. Pretty killer. Um, that as a collector is really, really cool. It doesn't really matter about what the watch is made out of for me or anything like that. But this is probably what I would consider a really cool heirloom if I was to hand this down to somebody, my daughter or whatever. I think that would be a really cool heirloom. And that's what most people think of, right? They think of these, Tiffany lamps or whatever else that they've had in their families forever, or they think about these Cartier watches or, but that's what people think of, right? One of the ones that I got was pretty neat from my dad's collection. Was I love the boxes. The boxes were really just incredible. When I don't even, like I said, I don't know much about these watches because these ones, I don't know if he bought them in a secondhand store or what it was, but this particular one doesn't have a glass on it. It actually, the glass is shattered, I'm sure, over the years. Um, but let me just move the key on that out of the way here. I left this one open so you could see the back a little bit, just to see the mechanism and the amount of work that went through these. I mean, the amount of work in these is incredible. A lot of these they're stamped when they're silver. They're stamped by the makers and the creators of the watch, obviously. And then just the back. I mean, it's incredible the amount of work and the talent that went into these. This is, like I said, what people would normally think of as an heirloom, at least in my eyes. Um, but it's a gorgeous piece. There's so many different things with antiques and that I enjoy. The history of it all, the stories, the memories, and that's the big part of heirlooms. Uh, and it can be anything. This one here, this watch here is it's kind of special. It was, I think, the last one of the last watches my dad owned. And you can see the scuff mark on it. He actually fell when he was wearing this, unfortunately. So those stories and that, it's kind of heart wrenching. But Bulova was always a big thing for us. We both of us own Bulova watches. We really like Bulova, and I've got a few of them. I haven't shown you the one that Christine bought me a few years ago, and I'll bring that out in another later session. I'm still doing a couple of repairs on it. But this one here, I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna keep it the way it is because it reminds me of how frail life can be, and even our superheroes stumble sometimes, right? And that's what this particular watch reminds me of. He didn't really leave this for me, but when he passed away, we had a group of us went down to where he lived in that, and he we were pretty much we could take what we wanted to, that whole deal. Um, and since I was into watches, that was one that I wanted to make sure I definitely had. So okay, so on a lighter note, the watch that I wanted to show you today is a watch that is from a person that, well, it was from my dad. The only son of the last son in the family get this watch. And this was actually from my grandfather. I opened it up because I want to show you a couple things on this. It normally the lens is still there from this is watch was built. Let me see if I can grab it here. It was manufactured by a company called I'm sorry. It was A. Livingstone Manchester. So it was made in Manchester, England. The history on the watch is these watches were produced in the late 1800s, and I believe this one was made in 1900. My grandfather Ivor Davies. The Welsh word for grandfather is Tide, Taid. So my Tide was my dad's dad. Uh, Purchased this watch. I don't have the receipt, but I'm assuming that he purchased this watch before he came to this country. Obviously, he bought it overseas, over in the old country, and then came over here. He immigrated to Canada, and that was another way that you could do it. You could come through Canada, or you could come through, Ellis Island. So, and that was, I'm sure that he had this on him when he came here, but it still works. It works beautifully, and I think my dad must have had it serviced. There's no way that it could be this clean, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The way that these work is you've got the case. The company made the case, or had a separate company make the case. Then they made the movement, and the movement on this, everything's pivoted on points. So you can actually open this up, if you guys can hear me, okay? And you can see the treatment on inside. I don't know if is that coming in okay, guys? Let me know. Um, just the amount of work that went into this, the handwork, incredible, incredible. But I'm going to show you another little trick here. In this, you also have another area that you can open up. And let me make sure I'm doing this properly so I don't damage it. Just bear with me for a second. It worked yesterday, no problem. Trying to do it carefully so I don't damage, like I said, damage anything. Okay, there we go. Now, what's nice about this is the cover pops off. It's all 14 karat gold on the inside too, which is really interesting too. Manufacturing something like this back then was just incredible. I can't imagine what the time it took to put this together. Flywheel's impeccable. It produced Alexander, I think, was the production person on this, but whoever that is. But the item number on here, the motor number, everything on here is listed. Just incredible piece. And I'm so glad that my dad took care of it. I'm going to hand this down to my son, Aaron, when I move on. And, but the amount of work and it's just incredible. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear the heartbeat of that watch, but really a special piece. But like I said, you don't have to have a watch like this. You don't have to have ancestors from the old country. There's not, it's very romantic and all that stuff. You could do a very nice heirloom piece for your family too, without having let me lock this in place. Bear with me for a second, guys. Okay. And then once that's in place, then you just lock it in place. One of the things about this watch, you have to move the hands to set the time. It's a little bit cumbersome. It's scary to move those hands. It feels very delicate. One thing I love about this watch is the seconds hand, the actual module on the bottom, and the fact that it still works. It's just so cool. That's just so cool. I wound this up last night. It's still working, still keeping great time. And a lot of these, they don't have a whole lot of worth on the market anymore. I don't know. I think mainly because it's just like I said, the romance of it. I really don't think they demand the draw that they have, at least to my mind. You don't need them anymore. They're heavy. They're not waterproof. There's just a lot of their time has passed. Pardon the pun. You can see how worn the back is on this. When you saw the other ones I showed you that were a little bit more ornate and they weren't as used, but this one was very well used. I'd like to think that maybe my grandfather might even have had it in Wales, by the coal mines, in the day, but who knows? But I know that That's been in our family for 3 generations, so well over 100 years. And yeah, it's pretty special. So that's an heirloom to me, obviously. But like I said, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be um, to that economic or to that. You've spent your life keeping this safe and everything else. You could have fun with it too. And uh, just as a little tongue in cheek, even something like this can be an heirloom for the right person. You know, who wouldn't want a Bumblebee secondhand watch, right? So I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Have fun with it. Make the stories, make the memories. That's the important part, because that's all an heirloom is to spark a memory maybe, or a connection with that person that's no longer here. And maybe it is a Bumblebee watch. Who knows? But you guys be the judge on that. I know that we all collect antiques, at least the people that follow me here collect books, and it's always a lot of fun here, and we try to have fun, and I try to make it interesting. But I want it to be something that it doesn't have to be financially daunting either. You don't have to have a Royal Dalton that you leave for your family that's worth thousands of dollars to make that impact of an heirloom, or even a Bumblebee watch for $5, whatever it was. I don't even know what I paid for it anymore. But in that, make sure that you guys are thinking about the other person. So when you move on, maybe they'll remember you in a good light, and maybe you can pass down that heirloom to somebody else. Okay, so hopefully that helped you a little bit. Next week, well, let me tell you about Grim 101 first. Grim 101's updated now. We've got the final edits back. I've got one more meeting to go over that one more time, and then we should be ready to set everything up layout-wise with the printer. So just to keep you updated on that, and we'll keep you updated on the email on the Kickstarter as well. But Grim 101's in the facets working, and everything's should be there. Like we said in August, I've got everything working out this month for production of printing and that. So, but we'll keep you updated on that. Drinking with the Davies this Friday is the Mint Mojito, and it is going to be awesome. We did a practice run, very, very good, delicious. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it when we're mixing it live here. And we've got mint from the garden fresh, and we've got some really, really good mojito mix ready to go. And it's awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And it's just a really good drink. I really like that drink a lot. Okay, and finally, vacation time. So starting after Drinking with the Davies, on the 2nd, I'm going to be off for the rest of the week till the 12th, the week of July 4th. I'm not going to be broadcasting at all. I'll probably be online here and there, but we've got some things going on vacation-wise that we want to take care of with some family, and that's what we're doing. So I'm not going to be doing any type of broadcasting the week of 4th of July. So after Drinking with the Davies, I'm pretty much going to shut down the video the video setup for a week and just take care of a few things. So thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate your time. Find an heirloom for somebody, build that relationship even after you've passed on. So we will talk to you soon. Have a great, great day. Do something good for somebody today and every day if you can. And we will talk to you soon. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody when we get back. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.